Hi everyone, in this presentation we are going to see about exception handling in Java. So in class itself we have seen what is exception and how to handle that in Java. Even though some more examples with examples we are going to see here. And here I have 8 examples for exception handling in Java. So first we have to know what is exception and what is error. Then we will try to understand how to handle it. Okay, so best example, whenever you come to college, you will choose any transport mode, either bike or bus or metro, you will choose. So when you reach to the college without any distraction or without any problem, then this is called as what? Normal execution. This is called as normal execution. But sometimes, sometimes what happens? Some problem occurs when we are coming to college. Okay, so for example, 8 o'clock if we are starting from home and you're reaching to college by 8:45 every day, this is normal execution, no problem. But in some days, we will reach by 9 o'clock because of some problems. In Bangalore, we have traffic problem only. Apart from that, if your bike it's any problem like puncture or any starting problem or something, and that is called as abnormal. That is called as what? Abnormal termination or abnormal execution. Okay, we cannot say execution, abnormal termination we will call. So our normal flow will be getting disturbed in this termination. Okay, so normal flow in the sense when you're starting by 8 o'clock and if you're reaching by 8:45, this is normal. But when we exceeding the limit, then this is called as what? Abnormal, which means what? uh, we will reach by 9 o'clock or 9:20 or something. You will reach to the college. This is the best example. So how we can solve this problem? See, whenever we start from our house, we expect we have to reach by 8:45. Due to some external interference, we are unable to reach to the college. That is abnormal, right? So whenever we are getting problem, how we are going to handle it? So for example, if your bike gets punctured, then what we will do, nearby any mechanic shop, if it is there, then there we will go and we will repair it and we will move on. When we repair it, it is going to take some time, then we will reach to the college, right? So here the puncture is nothing, uh, error. Okay, error. So we are going to handle this error, okay, by using some statements, okay, in the context of Java. And here what is the error? The tire gets punctured, that is an error. And how you handle it? Just you went to the mechanic shop and you put that puncture, you just clear it and you just move to the college by 9 o'clock or something. Okay, something you handled and you reach to the college. Okay, so this is the best example for exception handling, which means here I got an error. That error is handled by what? Handled by the mechanic, and you just reach to the college by 8:45 or 9 o'clock. Okay, the same idea we have here in exception handling in any point of view. So we will be having multiple instructions in your program. Okay, in any statement, if you have some problem error which is not handled by the user during the runtime, okay, during the runtime, not in the compile time, during the runtime, cannot be handled by the what? Cannot be handled by the user. We cannot handle anything because when the process it's in execution, we cannot solve if any problem comes. For example, ATM machine you take, when you trying to retrieve the money in ATM machine. For example, if only 2000 is there in your account, you are trying to withdraw 2500. In that moment, the ATM machine should be capable of giving response if you are entering the wrong input. If the ATM machine responds properly, then no problem at all, which means what? The insufficient fund it will display, that is the exception handling. You are making an error. You are making an error by entering the excess amount, that is 2,500 rupees, which is not in your account. This is an error. This error should be handled by what? The system itself. This is a human made error. Which one? 2,500 is a human made error that should be handled by what? Handled by the machine itself. So when the developer of the Java, any software engineers, when they develop the software for ATM machine or any other devices, they will put some error handling statements in the software itself. So they will do, just they will predict what are the possibility errors may come by the user. So for those errors, we have some exception handler, inbuilt exception handler in Java. So in Java, so I have listed here some exceptions here in checked exception, unchecked exception we have in Java. By implementing this into the code, then we can handle the exception. Okay, handle the exception. One thing you have to understand, we cannot clear it. We cannot clear it. Which one? The error which is made during the runtime, we cannot clear it. For example, this 2,500, we cannot clear it. We cannot talk with the bank during the transaction, or how come the 2,500 is not dispensed for me, like that we cannot speak and we cannot clear it on spot. And also in the system itself, the programmer cannot do any modification in the code during the execution, which means during during your transaction, right? All right. So we cannot clear the error, but we can manipulate it or manage it. Just we can manage. What we can manage? Manage in the sense handling the error, handling the problem. Okay, by using some exception classes in Java. Okay, so these two examples just keep in your mind. Then this entire topic is going to be easy. Okay, all right. So in the left side, I have something. Yeah, here, let me choose any brush. Yes, runtime error when will occurs during the program execution. So when we are executing the code, so we have to understand two things here: compilation and execution. Compilation, for what purpose we are doing? We are converting high level language into low level language. This is the first thing. Second thing is what? We are checking the syntax errors. We are checking the syntax errors in the code. Then we are converting into high level language into low level language. Then the class file will be generated. So you might have seen dot class. The file will be generated when you are compiling a code. This class file will be taken for the execution. So this is the story behind of the compilation and execution. Okay. So compilation is different, execution is different. Okay. So what the statement says here, the statement says runtime error when will occurs during the program execution. So runtime error during the runtime, the errors when the error occurs, that is called as what? That is called as exception. That is called as exception. Okay. All right. Now, uh, some of the errors can be generated during the compilation. Some of the errors can be generated during the execution. Some of the errors during the compilation, some of the errors during the execution. That we will see. So during the compilation, we are going to get checked exceptions. During the compilation, we are going to get checked exceptions. During the execution, we are going to get unchecked exception, which means execution means runtime error. Okay. When we run the code, the class file will be taken and it will be executed. Okay. So in that time, this all exception will be handled. And during the compile time, checked exception will be handled. This you have to keep in your mind. So this all for compilation. During compilation, this all things will be generated. And this all things will be generated during runtime. During runtime. Okay. These are the some points we have to keep in your mind when you're writing examination. Okay. All right. So here, so on the left side of the screen, I have something exception hierarchy. Now we will see exception hierarchy. In exception hierarchy, just a minute, student. Let me remove this. It's getting disturbed. Yeah, let me minimize the screen quickly. Okay. So in left side, we have exception hierarchy, and here we have object. The first class is object. The second class is throwable, and here we have from throwable, we have exception and error. So object is a class. From object class, we have subclass, that is nothing, throwable class. And for throwable class, we have two subclasses. One is error, the other one is what? Exception. Okay. And in exception, we have two types. The first one is checked exception. The second one is unchecked exception. So in checked exceptions, we have list here. Some of the exception I have listed here. For unchecked exceptions, here we have unchecked exceptions. For that, some list I have here. For everything, we have example program. Just I will show you and I will execute. Practically, how it works. Okay. Theoretically, see, if you want to write theory, then practically you have to understand properly. Then only theory you can extract. Otherwise, it's impossible, which means it's very hard to explain these topics. That's why I'm making video for this. Okay. All right. First, we will go for unchecked exceptions. First, we will go for unchecked exceptions. First one is arithmetic exception. Okay. Arithmetic exception, it's a class which is present inside the lang package. Lang package. Okay. So we should usually what we will do when we write the code. So on top we will mention import space java dot. Then package name will come. Package name here lang dot star you can give. Okay. Lang dot star you can give, followed by that semicolon. So whenever we are using try block and catch block, so we are going to use try block and catch block only for this all exceptions, because without try block and catch block we cannot solve, we cannot handle any exceptions. Okay. So this entire video we are going to use try block catch block only in all the codes. Okay, just try to understand. So the exception, checked exception and unchecked exception, both are in which package? Lang package. Lang means language. Okay. So how we have to import? This is the syntax to import lang package. In this way we can do. Otherwise, if you want um, any class particularly, for example, I'm expecting only the arithmetic exception in my code. So what I can do here, the star you can remove, arithmetic you can type here, capital E exception you can give. So only arithmetic exception it will be taken into the program. Okay, only this one will be taken into the program. But if you don't want arithmetic exception, I want to use everything. So star specifies all. So remove this, put star here. No problem. Both are correct. Okay, now first we will see unchecked exceptions. Unchecked exception, first we have arithmetic exception. Second we have array index out of bound exceptions. And next we have null pointer exception. Then we have number format exception. Okay. All right. First arithmetic exception. So example, let me show first. Here we have example for arithmetic exception. Actually, what I have done here, this is the code actually for arithmetic exception. So you can make your own program for arithmetic exception. It is not mandatory. Only this we have to use. Okay. So in exam point of view, if you want to answer this example program, we can use for we can use for an example during examination. You can give this program as an example. Okay. All right. All right. So this example you can write in examination. It's very, very simple. No need to mug up this one. It's very simple, students, I'm telling you. So what I'm going to do presently, what code I have without try block. You can notice one thing without, see, try block is there and catch block is there. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this entire try block and catch block. Without that, I'm going to execute this code. What response it gives that you see. Okay, so let me remove it try block quickly. So this I can remove, and this one I have to remove, and catch block I have to remove. I removed, and this also I will remove. Okay, all right. Now we have only a code. So what the code says, we have one class, and inside the class we have one function. In that function, a value is 10, b value is 0, and c is equal to a divided by b I have given, which means what? 10 divided by 0. So you know very clearly 10 divided by any number divided by 0 is infinity. So computer will not do the infinitive task and all. Computer will do only the finite things, not infinite one. So here what we can do, we cannot solve this problem, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to execute this code. Okay, so here we are printing the result. Okay. And in class B, we have main function. In main function, I have created object for the first class, and I'm calling the function of the first class. So add is the function that I'm calling in the main function. Okay. Now let me save this code. Control yes. Okay. After this, let me take the command prompt. Already I opened and kept. You know how to open this command prompt for execution. So to execute that code, the program name is, so this is the syntax Java C. What is the program name? That is capital B dot Java. Okay. So if you hit enter, so here it's showing some problem. Let me check it. What is the problem we have? Yeah, here we opened two brackets and here we have three brackets. Let me remove one. Again, let me compile it. Okay, now compiled successfully. Now I have to run this. So just remove C, hit enter. Yes. Now you see clearly exception in thread main. So when I uh, taught thread topic, in that I mentioned main function itself is called as what? One thread, because the entire class is the process. In that process, we have main function, that is a thread which is executing. That is a sub process. Which one is sub process? Main function is a sub process. Okay. Then which one is process? Class A is a complete process. In that we have any function. So if we have any function inside the class itself, that those functions are called as what? Sub process or threads. So what it says, exception in thread main. Okay. So Java lang package. In lang package, we have arithmetic exception. Here, what thing we have given? Divided by 0 we have given. That's why it is throwing exception. Now, this error, how can be handled? So how we are going to handle this one? See here, uh, we are we are going to clear. We are not going to clear it. Here we are going to we are going to handle it. How we are going to handle? By using try block and catch block. You know very well why we are using try block and catch block, because the unexpected error comes, that should be catched and it should be solved. Okay, solved, which means handling. So now this code I am going to rewrite. So this, let me copy this. Meanwhile, let me copy this. Okay. And let me go back to the code. So now I'm going to make some changes in the code. I'm going to handle the error. So the error is generated by this code. Okay. Up to this only it is getting executed. Which one? The code. Up to this only it is getting executed. The print statement here we have system.out.println, that is not executed here. So which means what? The program terminates abnormally. The normal execution will be what? Normal execution will be, here I have 10 in the numerator. In denominator, if I have another 10 or any other whole number, no problem. No problem. It will execute completely and it will show the output and the program terminates normally. But here we are violating the rules. A divided by B, which means what? 10 divided by 0. This is not allowed in any programming languages. So this error, how we are going to handle it? Just watch it how I'm going to handle. See, these are the statements we have here. These are the statements. This statement I'm going to put into the try block. So what I'm telling to the system, you try to execute this all three statements. If any problem occurs, then catch block is going to handle it. That is the meaning. Okay. So what I'm going to do, try, I'm going to give here. Okay, let me open it and let me close it here. So if these three statements are going to execute, if any problem occurs in this three cores, in these three statements, then this is going to be give the control to the catch block. So catch block after this, very immediately catch block open and close. And what we have to give in this, what error it's throwing, exception, sorry, now what exception it's throwing, arithmetic exception, right? This we will copy and we will paste here space E. Okay, we have to create an object for this. After this, catch block open and close. In catch block, we have to give one statement which is going to handle during the execution if any problem occurs. Just a minute, students. Okay, in catch block, it's your choice. You can print anything here. For example, see system.out.println. Println. Okay, in this what statement we have to give? It's your choice. I'm going to use what? Just I'm going to put one statement, arithmetic exception handled. Okay, in the double quotes. Very simple. Okay, no need to mug up this code. Okay, how I altered this code that you have seen. Now, try block I included here. Catch block I included here. So how it works? See, whenever the problem occurs in try block, whatever it is occurs, that is going to be catch by the catch block, which means the try block is going to throw the error, which means not all the time. Okay, not all the time. When it is divided by 0, that time only it is going to throw the error from the try block. The thrown error will be catched by catch block. So who is going to throw? So we have something called as in the bottom of the screen you see throw. You know very clearly left side of the screen you see throwable class. From throwable class we have a keyword called as throws. This keyword implicitly it will be called when the try block unable to execute some code. Okay, when the try block try to execute some code, okay, when it is not executing it, then catch block will be executed. How the catch block knows this thing? We have something called as throws keyword. The throws keyword implicitly it will be called by the try block when it has some problem. This throws keyword will throw that error through the catch block. Okay, who is making connection? Throws class. Okay, sorry, throws keyword. Throws keyword will throw implicitly. See, throws keyword we are not mentioning inside the program, but implicitly try block will be calling what? Throws keyword. The throws keyword will take that error and it will be given to the catch block. The catch block, what it will do? In catch block we have object called as E. That object it will hold that error for a while till the program get terminates. Till the program terminates normally. Sorry for this word, normally. Till the program terminates normally. Abnormal means what? Abnormal means when you are not giving try block and catch block, definitely abnormal termination only for this concept. Okay, all right. Now, this E is going to hold that error, hold, not clear, hold that error for a while. After then, meanwhile, this statement will be executed, then program terminates normally. Okay. Now, let me execute the code and I'll show you how it works. So same thing only, let me compile it. Now, let me run it. Now you can see arithmetic exception handled where we have this statement in catch block, because in try block we have problem. In try block here we have problem because 10 is not divisible by 0. That's why the program stops here, the try block stops here, and it called what? It called throws keyword, and then throws keyword, it is going to throw that error what is made by try block. That error will be catched by catch block. Catch block is going to handle it. That is handled. So this statement we have inside the catch block. Okay, which statement? The output what we are getting here, that is inside the catch block. So this is about arithmetic exception. Okay, arithmetic exception, which is inbuilt class inside the Java. Okay, and one more thing, the first letter it is capital, and the inner word, the second word, inner word, it is also in capital. That it is mandatory, we have to mention, because in Java package we have exception in this format only that we have to follow. All right. So now first example we have seen which one? Arithmetic exception. Okay. All right. Let me highlight with yellow color. Arithmetic exception. Yeah. Arithmetic exception done. Next, array index out of bounds exception. See, array index out of bound exception means when we declare an array for 5 elements. Okay. For 5 elements. Example. Okay. A of 5. Okay. When we try to insert element more than 5, then this is array index out of bound exception. And when I'm trying to access the value which is in the position of 10, which is in the position of 10, because we have only 5. The 10th one is what? It is not present in the array itself. So we cannot expect in that way. So in the time, the array index out of bound exception will be generated. Okay. For this, we have an example code. We will try to understand. So next one, see the same code only, but little changes I have done here. So now here we have try block and here we have catch block. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here, I have declared array and I am trying to print the value which is in the a of 10th position, but the array size you see that is 5 only. Only 5 elements we can enter or we can print. But the element which is in 10th position in the array that I'm trying to access. Okay, what happens we will see. Now, let me clear the try code and all. Let me execute it normally. Try block, catch block, I'm removing. Try block, catch block, I'm removing. mm, yeah, this also to be removed and this also to be removed. Okay. So yeah, here we have something. Yeah, so here this is nothing, declaring array, and this is nothing, we are accessing array element which is in the position of 10. Okay, in the 10th position, what we have, that we are trying to access it. Okay, what the program does. Okay, let me save this. Let me go to command prompt, try to execute this code. What is the name of this code? Array bound is the name of the program. Okay. So Java C array bound dot Java. Yeah. Just me compiling. Yeah, just compiled. Now let me execute it. What it shows, we will see. Okay, all right. So it is showing some exception here. If you notice this thing, exception in thread main. So you know very clearly main is one thread. So in which package it's showing lang package array index out of bounds exception. So in the previous program also you see the error arithmetic exception in which package? Lang package. Okay. In lang package, we have arithmetic exception. We have array index out of bounds exception, and we have two more also. Actually, we have many. I have taken only 8 in unchecked. I have taken only 4 in unchecked and 4 in checked. Okay, this is fair enough for your exam. And what the error says, index 10 out of bounds for length 5, which means 5 elements only we have allocated, space we have allocated, but we are expecting what? The 10th element to be displayed on screen, that, which means what we are violating the rule. We are violating the rule, and where we have the problem that line number also it shows. So how we are going to handle this? In this situation, see mistakenly, when we mistakenly we can do this, we will do this sometime. And the array size we will give 4, but we will try to insert element more than that. Mistakenly we will do that, no. So to avoid these problems only, we have this exception handlers. How the example I have given for ATM machine. ATM machine, you have only 2000 rupees in your account, but you are trying to withdraw 2500 rupees. That time, how it is handling? Insufficient fund, it's a statement which we have catch block that will be executed, right? Similarly, in this array out of bound exception, okay, let me copy this. Okay, now I am going to alter this code for exception handler. Okay, so which are the codes it's performing? These two statements are responsible for allocating the memory for 5 elements, and here we are accessing the 10th element. This two statement should be in try block. Okay, and I'm closing the try block here. After closing the try block, immediately catch block we have to open. In catch block, what exception we are accepting? We are expecting array out of bound exception. So let me paste it here. Okay. So let me remove this one. Okay. Array index out of bound exception. Okay. Here we have to declare one variable or object for this. So that I have given here. So in catch block, we have to open and close. Inside the catch block, we have to give one statement that can be anything. System dot out dot println inside that you can give anything. It's your wish. What I'm going to do, array out of bound exception. Okay, okay, that I'm giving here, handled. Okay, all right, let me save this. Now these two statements will be tried to execute by the try block. If it is works properly, no problem. When in which case it will work properly? If I have 4, a of 4, no problem, it will be executed normally. Okay, in abnormal situation, if you want to make, you put 9 here, no problem. You put 10 here, then error comes here. Okay, so I am trying to execute this code. If any problem occurs, throw keyword will take the error and it will be giving to catch block. The catch block will be holding, which will be holding the catch block. We have the object E. This object E will be holding that error, and when it is holding, meanwhile, what statement we have after this that will be executed, which means array index out of bound exception handled, that statement will be printed and the program terminates normally. Okay, so this is the story. So now we will execute this. The previous output, what we get? Previous output we got, that is array out of bound exception, index 10 out of bound for length 5. Now you see. Now let me execute this. Let me compile this first, then execute it. So what we are getting, array index out of bound exception handled, the output we got, we handled that. Okay, the second one is over. Which one is over? Array index out of bound exception we handled. Okay, all right. Now we have completed uh, array index out of bound exception also. Okay, now null pointer exception. Null pointer exception, in this case, let me take the code quickly. What is null pointer? See students, null pointer means, so for any variable, if you are assigning null, null means what? Empty. Okay. The empty in the in the variable empty item will be there. The empty item we are trying to find the length for the null. If you are trying to find the length for null, it's impossible. Impossible to find the length because nothing is there. No, if you have something in that, then it works. But nothing we have. So in that situation, the computer will get confused. The JVM will get confused and it will throw an error. Which error? Runtime error. See, everything you notice here, when I compile, no errors. Okay, so if you observe here, when I compile, no errors. Okay, here also, when I compile, no errors. But when I run, see here, when I run, we are getting problem. That's why this is called as what? Unchecked. Then what is checked? Checked means during compilation itself you will get. That is checked. During compilation, if the errors are checked, that is called as checked exceptions. Okay, unchecked exception means what? During the runtime we will get. During the runtime we will get. During the runtime we will get. Okay, during runtime we will get that we have to handle it. That is unchecked exceptions. Okay, so clear understanding is required. So coming to null pointer. In null pointer, you see, here I have try block. Here I have try block up to this, and here I have catch block. All right. So what we have here, see, I assigned a null to what? The variable s, which is in the format of string. Okay. String means, you know, or any character, now characters you have to give in set of characters. But here I assigned what? Null. Null means nothing. And I am trying to find length for that by using length function. Length function s dot length means in s what we have assigned for that length will be calculated. That length will be assigned to n. The length will be what? It is a number. That's why I have declared this as a integer. Okay. So if I have any character in this, then the number of length will be appearing here. Okay. For example, here I have um, um, let me put my name only. Okay, so now 1 2 3 4 5 characters are there that will be calculated, that will be kept into what? N. So let me execute it. I will show the output. What is the name of the program? Null pointer. So null pointer, name of the program, NUL pointer. Okay, so Java C null pointer dot Java. I'm compiling this. Yeah, successfully compiled, no problem. And let me run it. Yeah, it is showing what? 5. Okay, because we have something inside the what? The double quotes. Now, output what we got, that is 5. Now, let me remove this. Let me put null here. Okay, let me execute now. Compile it, then execute it. Now, null pointer exception is handled because try block, catch block we have. Now, what I'm going to do? Try block I'm going to remove. Okay, so remove try block, and this bracket also should be removed. Okay, catch block also should be removed. So catch block I'll remove completely. Okay, all right. Now this is the code which generates what? Error. Okay, okay. Now we will compile it. Null pointer, compile it, run it. Now you see, during the runtime only we are getting this problem. See, what are the examples we have seen? Everything we are getting problem in runtime, not in compilation time. What error it shows? Exception in thread main. Okay, all right. In which package? Lang package. Which exception? Null pointer exception we are getting. Okay, cannot invoke string. See, why we cannot invoke string? Why it is not invoking the string? Because the string contains nothing, which means what? It is null, and it cannot find length also for that, because local one is the null, which means local means nothing. Local variable, first variable, local variable is null. Okay, in which statement? Seventh statement and 17th statement it cannot proceed with. That is the error it's throwing. How we are going to handle it? By using try block and catch block. Let me copy this, because I'm going to put this in catch block. Now I'm going to alter this code for normal execution. Okay, try I included, try block. These are the codes to be executed, right? These three statements. Okay, I just put into try block and catch block very immediately after the try block. Try block ends here. Catch block, catch what exception we have here, that is null pointer exception. E is going to be the object, and open and close the catch block. Inside the catch block we have to put one statement, system.out.println, and inside it I'm going to put null pointer exception and build. That's it. Okay, let me save it. Let me execute this code. Let me compile it first and execute it. Yeah, we handled. See, actually problem occurred where? Here we have the problem. The execution will go till this only. Okay. After this, error will be thrown. That thrown error will be catched by catch block. Who will throw? Throws keyword will throw that error from the try block. That will be taken into the catch block. Then catch block we have the object. That object will take that error and it will hold for a while. Meanwhile, this statement will be printed and program terminates normally. Understood? Okay, all right. So we have seen three exceptions, and the last one in the unchecked exception, that is nothing, number format exception. What is number format exception? Number format exception means when we try to convert any string into number, that time we will get this exception, number format exception. So we have the example code. With that example code, we will try to understand it. Number format. Look at this carefully. Here we have the code, and here we have try block, and here we have the catch block. This three statement is going to perform the operation. So what I have done here, so here I have given three characters which is assigned to what? Yes, which means what string I assign to a variable yes. Then I'm trying to convert this string which is present in s into integer. So to convert any um, string or any character or any other numbers which is in string format, that we can use parse int converter to convert. So here the entire high I'm going to convert into what? Integer. So to convert integer, what we have to do? Wrapper class integer we have to take. Dot operator, then parse int we have to use. Parse int means convert into integer. That is the meaning here. Parse int is the inbuilt function in Java that is going to convert what we passed as an argument. Yes. In yes, what we have? High. This high will be converted and it will be storing into A. That is the meaning. But what will happen here? Here, if I have any number, for example, let me remove this high, let me put 5. In this situation, this 5, which is in string format, why it is in string format? Because here I have declared this as a string variable. That's why it is in string. Now we have to convert this 5 into what? Integer. That integer 5 value has to store into A. Now if I execute this code, try block will be running properly. Catch block will not be executed. The reason is here I have 5 as a string, that 5 string format that I'm going to convert as a what? Integer. Will it work? Yes, it will work. We will check. Let me go to the command prompt. What is the name of the program? Name of the program is num format. Okay, num format. Let me take the command prompt. So Java C num format. Okay, dot Java. Compiled, and let me run it. Yeah, we are getting number 5, not string 5. Okay, string 5. Here we have number 5. Here we are displaying number 5. So output we are getting as a number only. Okay, here you can see number 5. Okay, all right, this is number. What if it is a string? In this case, what happens? In this case, we are going to get runtime error. The reason is this complete string cannot be converted as an integer. Okay, now we are violating the rules. So what I'm going to do, let me execute it quickly. Let me compile it first, the same code, and run it. Yeah. Now the error is showing that number format exception handled. Look at this code carefully. Here we have try block and catch block. These two statements are unable to do it properly because high message cannot be converted into integer completely, so that the program stops its execution in the statement itself, and error thrown to the what? Catch block. Which error? Number format exception error will be thrown to the catch block. The catch block will be taken that it is going to handle it. Who will handle it? E will be holding that error for a while. Meanwhile, number format exception statement is going to print on screen. Okay. All right. Now, without this try block and catch block, we are going to execute it. We will see what happens. So try block I removed, catch block also I removed. Now let me save this. So one, two, yeah, this also I have to remove. Okay, let me save this, and same code I'm going to compile and execute. So now we are getting exception in thread main is in language package number format exception is occurred for input string high. For input string high, what it says, file input string number format exception in this statement 67. Okay, so it says that it cannot convert a high message into integer. That is a statement here. Okay, so these errors we are getting. To handle this error, we have to put try block and catch block. So let me do it quickly. Try and close here. Very immediately catch. Inside the catch, we have to put what exception? Null pointer. So sorry, number. If you see every word starts with capital letter. Number format exception. Okay, followed by that one object we have to declare, and catch block we have to open, we have to close. In between that, we have to give the exception handler statement, the system dot out dot println, and in this we are going to give number format exception is handled. Okay, save this. Now if you execute this code, just compile it and run it, you will get number format exception is handled. Which statement? What we have in the catch block, because in try block we have the problem. That problem is solved by what? Catch block. Actually, it is not going to be cleared, just we are handling it. Okay, the critical situation we are handling by using catch block. Okay, all right, so this is all about unchecked exceptions. Let me highlight the thread. Okay, if you see this entire thing we have covered now. In the next video, we will see class not found exception, file not found exception, IO exception, and interrupted exception. So thank you for watching this video, students. Some more points I want to mention here. See, this video I have created for your education purpose. Multiple times you have to watch it, because this is not going to be easy when you are writing. Okay, so the video you watch and you take running notes also and perform well in your examination, because behind this video much effort is there. Okay, because content I have to make, and I have to think how to explain it in the best understandable way. This all things, and I have to think and I have to do it. So for every video, much effort I'm putting to it. Please watch this and score more marks in your examination. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching. We will see in the next video the checked exceptions. Thank you.